You can hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Ye?
What's up, my boy?
Shit, coolin',
See you in a
man.
minute.
Yeah, just working, man.
I hate that shit, bro. Yo, I be sitting here thinking about, like, yo, I didn't have me a couple of little relationships and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
With people from on here,
Try.
from on Clubhouse.
I mean, some that I thought I was suitable, I carried themselves a certain way, but then, like, every time I on and off, but the last person was on, and I'm thinking like something had happened one day, right? And something logic. Person was mad at me for not answering my phone, knowing damn well I work like this time in the morning time, and I've been doing this for 7 days a week for 4 weeks, bro. You hear what I'm saying? For 4 weeks right now, and a person gets mad because I basically fall to sleep, and I'm like, yo, like, and I wake up and this person is angry. So I'm like, yo, what the hell is wrong with you? To the point that I gotta explain this to you as if I'm lying to. Come to find out, the person was dealing with some shit from a past relationship trauma. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So in my big old age at this point, it's like I don't really take the time to sit there and try to work through some shit because I feel as though at a certain age, you should have already worked through this shit yourself before you even started before you even try to move on with somebody else. Close one door before you try to open another.
So
You get
listen
what I'm
to this.
saying?
Yeah, so listen to this, Ye. No funny shit, son. You can't tell. I'm not gonna say you can't tell a black woman that in 2024. What I'm gonna say is that how they say, yeah, you should go. The man, as a man, yeah, you should go get therapy because you like this or you
Mm-hmm.
like that. But a woman, uh, and especially some of the women I grew up around, right, that I see today that might have a good job and got kids, or she got a good job and she run a business, or she got a good job and she got a good home to go home to, or she just the type of woman that's been independent. You can't tell them that because either the type of wealth that they making or their ego is like they're never going to go and get therapy just like the man isn't, right? And that's why it's going to continue to go on in the community. And now if you a strong enough
Mm-hmm.
man and she a strong enough woman, you have that talk with her one-on-one. Look, I think we should go. And sometimes it starts with the man too, right? Like, look, let's just go to this one little class therapy session together. And if she say no, oh, she just feel too cocky or her ego that nah, I'm not gonna go and do that. Nah. And you know it's crazy. I'm
Heart.
saying this.
Uh-huh.
I was just saying this to my dad. Me and my father was just talking about this like 2 days ago with my mom, right? And my sister. Like my sister, man, dog. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah,
Bro.
you'd have really thought that she's been with plenty of dudes, but she hasn't. And this is the thing. I told my dad this too. When you in and out of a female life when they're young, that's trauma to them too when they dating a man too, right? And what happens is they could be thinking about something with their dad or something with their past relationship that they might have seen their
Uh,
dad do to their mom, or that the woman that that the man did to them, and they probably was thinking like, did my dad do this to my mom, or is this why my mom like this? So I'm gonna be like this. And you know what I got set in my mind when I meet females like that, right? I fuck with them
uh,
for a little bit, and then once I see that they don't have the ability to hold a conversation and work shit out, I just stop talking to them.
bro, the thing is, right? Highlighting the therapy part. A nigga like me, I'm like, man, I don't need that shit. I talk to like my elders. They give me the right therapy I need, right? That's just basically how I grew up. But I even suggested, like, yo, set up. I said, yo, set up I got insurance. You got insurance. Set up a consultation with a therapist, and I'll basically you do your part, I do my part on it. Was up to it. You understand what I'm saying? So I was up to this shit. It never, but in between times, shit was going, happening. But I'm like, yo, like you need a therapy session by yourself first before I even go. Before I even fucking go with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm feeling there was some personal shit that you probably need to talk to them about that you don't want me to hear about. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right then. But as we start going forward, I'm like, yo, I don't think at this point, not saying I'm not strong enough to deal with certain things, but I don't think it's smart enough for me to deal with certain things right now, dealing with a broken person. Then I end up being that person that's upset like I was, overthinking like I was. You know what I'm saying? And when I start doing that shit, everything around me don't even exist no more because I'm sitting here concentrating on myself and I'm not gonna want to be around no one else, including my kids, because I don't want to put that energy onto them. What's up, Anna?
Hey, what's up, yeah? Could you hear me? Hello? Can anybody else hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, so it's him. All right. Now we can hear you, yay.
It's my shit connected. My bad. I was in the matrix. I heard what you were saying. I was asking how you doing and stuff like how you been.
I'm good. I took a couple days break from this app. I see you took a break too.
Oh yeah, I'll be on another break. I've been grinding hard. You know what I'm saying, been trying to work insurance policy for my kids and all that stuff like that, and basically taking care of some taxes and all that. But I still got to do some more things. Got to open up some LLCs for my kids too and all that stuff. I've been real, and at the same time, I just don't like I haven't been liking the atmosphere, the environment of the app. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it just, I think that whether we want to admit it or not, this shit will consume us and take a lot of our time from ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I was like, nah, I can't. It was too much going on that I was like, you know me, I'll be trying to warn people about certain things, especially when you new on that app and you start busting. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's certain shit gonna come your way that I don't think you prepared for. So all that crazy shit that was going on, I was like, you know what? I warned you.
I tried to
I'm
message
good.
her and tell her that it wasn't that bad. Like, honestly, she could have came back and people still would have went to her room. Like, I tried to message her because I was irritated at her, and then I'm just like, you know what? Like, it's just a fucking app. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, girl, just come back and come back swinging. Like, it ain't that
Right.
bad as you think it is. Like, we all have had our day. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
My bad, Devin. What's up, bro? My bad. My bad. I haven't said what's up to you either. But I started thinking. I
good,
came up with
good.
chilling, Brody. I came up with this title honor because it's like when you dealing with somebody, right? You go into a different relationship, and then at this point, you start dealing with their past trauma, and it's like, yo, is that fair to you? Is that fair to me? Am I too judgmental, or I'm doing the right thing? You feel what I'm trying to say? That's what I've been. That's why I came up with this title, and I guarantee you, a lot of people don't realize this until it's too late, and they already
Yeah,
in love and
right.
all types of shit. Like,
Yeah, I would
hmm
like to speak to it,
I'm
bro.
not trying.
I would love to speak to this because it seems like every time I
Go
come
ahead.
to the app, bro,
Uh huh.
it's like for the past like maybe 5 times I came to the app, and it's been a little while. Like I ain't really been on like on some everyday shit neither. I kind of been letting it breathe. You feel me? But every time
Hmm.
I come back to the app, it's like it's talking about something that I've recently dealt with or something that I'm really dealing with now. You feel me? And it's like,
Hmm.
yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. Yo, past trauma is it's a hefty thing in a relationship. I would say this. This is my take on it, right? Everybody has something that they're dealing with, right? Who's
Right.
who's worth it to you to actually like go forth with them, actually like put in effort with them to help? And like how long do you put in that effort before you see change? Like with me, bro, I'm just a loyal ass motherfucker. Like I just can't help it. Like it's just me. It's in me. Like I'm gonna go through with you no matter
Right.
what because I chose you as my person. I made a choice. And when you choose a person, that's not like choosing like something like where you could just say, okay, I'm just gonna dead it. Not for me anyway. But I see for a lot of other people, it's light. It's light work. They'll just bro. Oh shit! I didn't know your trauma was this bad. Bye. It's like, oh, she was like, yo, hold on, but you said you love me. Yeah, I thought I loved you. Oh, um,
hey, it be like that.
and it's like, damn, but we've been together for fucking 8 years. It's like, hold on, you ain't think about that like year two, like, cause and then two, I'm all right. Let me keep it light, right? I'm gonna say this: if you love the person you with and you say that shit, you should mean it, and you should do what's necessary to help that person. That's it, man. Like, just do what's necessary. I'm not saying take their bullshit for forever. Cause like I don't think trauma's bullshit. I think that you can heal each other. I think it's just by choice, and a lot of people choose to just dead it.
What about when it comes down to a situation where the self sabotaging is so extreme to you, like, yo, you know what, bro? Like, this is you at this point, and there's no changing you. You don't even want to tweak certain things. Your apology is many. You have many apologies, but at the same time, how many times you gotta apologize? How many times you gonna see your mistake? How much? how much can I sit there? How do I have to take as somebody that has worked on myself? So that self, you understand what I'm saying? That self
Yeah, I
sabotaging
do.
shit
I totally get
is real.
that. I would say this, like, well, if you worked on yourself and you feel like you up, then you should be able to help the person that's around you
Oh
become
man,
the same thing as well. And if you can't do that, then damn, are you really up? If you're really affected by it like that, are you really up? Are you really as
yeah,
good
but
as you? Are you
you gotta
really
think
as good
about.
as you think you are? Because if
But
you
check it
can't
out though.
pass the
Check it out though,
baton,
Dad.
then that's bullshit.
Nah, but check it out though. Like if I have, all right, on the stage, oh, on the stage, just think about everybody else. That. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear
yeah,
me,
I can hear
Dad?
you.
You gotta. I mean, like, 'cause, it's certain times that you can't just sit there and just think about yourself. You got everybody. You got other people involved, i.e., your children. You feel what I'm saying? To a point where it's like, yo, do I? Because they're gonna get involved because it's emotional at the point. They're gonna get involved. Dad. You feel what I'm saying? What would you sit there and say? You know what? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna let this affect me and mine. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it becomes it comes to
All
a
right,
point
yeah,
where you're
that's a different conversation,
you're
right?
right. It comes to a point where you are responsible for those little ones that you have that you took responsibility for. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, okay, how do I avoid the rest of that
Okay, well,
bullshit? You get what I'm
what
saying?
if the
It's kind of hard,
person
bro.
that you talking about you actually had the children with, and now you're
No,
finding out all of this extra shit, and it's like, yo, nobody really tells you who they are in the beginning of a relationship, right? You kind of find out as you go along. You know what I'm saying?
I
Or
get it.
even if they tell you who they are, bro, people are, you can change and you're allowed to, right? That's life. It's evolution. So it's like, how do you deal with that change? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if it comes down to your children and you had the children with that person, bro,
That's different.
you're not allowed to leave. That's a forever person at that point.
Yeah, that's it. See, so now we talk. How you doing, Asa? You want
How
to
you
come up?
doing, Asa?
I send you an invite if you want to come up. Well, I'm not talking too much of the person that you're with. I believe in that too until the point that if you have to leave, you got to leave. It is what it is. You get a little too toxic. But I'm talking about me dealing with people dealing with other people at this point. You're gonna try and say other new people in their life. You're not supposed to sit there and take on somebody else's trauma at that point, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially if a person have their own little family too. Because if you stressing that person out, they stress. It's gonna go both ways. They're gonna get stressed out too. So now your kids is in a state of what the hell do they do?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Is
I
it
would
me?
First of all, yeah, that's a very sticky situation all in itself. I wouldn't do that, period. I would First of all, I'm not gonna put my children in a position where I would even have to make that decision. You see what I'm saying? I would be very
Like you
careful.
said,
I would be very
but like you
careful.
said though, Devin, like you
Yeah.
said in the beginning, people don't tell you who they are. So how can you do?
That's what I'm saying.
Where
That's
would
why
you go
you
from
can't
there?
bring nobody around your children. And that's why you got to stay with your forever
Hmm.
person and make sure that they heal. That's why you got to put all your time and effort into the fact that they need to heal because you my forever person. And we cannot bring anyone else around our children to raise them as step anything.
You don't raise them. Peace, peace, God. You don't raise them and step anything. What you do is you build the foundation. You build the family. And so you don't know what life will bring you until you have that experience. What happens if you have your quote forever person? You do realize that that in itself is impractical. Life will happen one way or another. You think you have that person, and then guess what? Boom, she died.
That would be the forever in it then, right?
Right, but
Forever. Like that would be the
their
that's
life,
that. And look, I'm talking about based upon choice. Like you
yeah,
have a choice to stay and fix and build or leave and think there's something better out there for you. That's a
Hmm.
choice. But I'm
yeah, but
talking about it see, man, that's what I'm talking about. I'm a
See,
forever
but Devin,
person.
that's two different contexts that we're talking about here.
Yeah,
You're a
no,
forever person. You guys just found out, you had to move on because it got a little too
nah,
toxic. You're
man,
going
that's
through things that the
bullshit.
kids shouldn't go through and
I
witness.
think that's bull.
You know what I mean? And now you can't say it's bull because it's somebody else's reality.
What I'm
You get what I'm
saying
trying to
is, I
say? Your
think that
reality.
there's no such thing as too toxic, right?
Oh man, when
Because
people
listen,
when
I'm
they
gonna tell you
cutting their
why.
toe,
I'm gonna tell you
stabbing
why.
their toe,
That
that's
means
too toxic.
that means that there, yo, even if it's too toxic, it wasn't too toxic before it was toxic. It wasn't toxic before it was
That was
toxic. You see what I'm saying? And then that means what? That means you're in a spiraling. You're spiraling in a trajectory that's going down. So that means you could also spiral in a trajectory that's going up.
Yeah, but
What are you
there
doing
had to be
wrong
work on
that y'all
both
can't
sides
go
though, my
up?
brother.
And y'all made a choice to have children? Hell no.
That's on both sides though, but both sides gotta want that. You know what I'm trying to say? And both sides gotta know how to
Yeah,
navigate
that's the hard
through that at
part.
the same time too. They gotta know
Yeah,
you know,
I
life
know,
ain't easy,
bro, and
bro.
that's what I'm just telling you my side, right? And I know that's the hardest part about this shit is the fact that
Hmm.
one person doesn't get to decide. It has to be
Right.
a mutual agreement, and that's and usually the person who wants it more is the person who's fucking up the most.
the person that wants what more.
Your mic sound kind of
It's
like
muffled. It is muffled, but they're fucking up the
muffled.
most. Like they're the one that's always like okay, pay the rent due. Oh shit! You said you had eight
Hey,
hundred.
Harry here.
You said you had 800 3 days ago, right? And
Uh huh.
now you got 500. 3 days later, and it's like that person wants it way more than the person who's sticking around for the bullshit. That's what I'm saying. And it's like you made them damn choices. You gotta live with it. If you make a bed, don't you gotta lay in it?
Yeah, but the reality is that people move on. That's the reality. But then when you move on, how do you stop from pouring that same trauma on the next person? You get what I'm trying to say? That's my whole thing. Because now this
You
person
don't.
that
You
you
don't.
basically
You
just
don't.
open a whole
You
new
don't. You don't
hold on,
get to
hold
not.
on, hold on, hear me out though. Now this person that you moved on with didn't do anything to you. Is it their responsibility to stay there and stick through the shit, not knowing where you're gonna end
That's
up
the
at?
damn. See,
Okay.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. See, that right there,
Mm-hmm.
that's a vetting process for the person who's okay, the person who has the trauma, right? Who has all of that crazy trauma. Because everybody got some trauma, right? Unless you was raised by the Brady Bunch. Anyway, so everybody got some trauma. So when that person sees that, you gotta make a decision right then and there. Don't say you're gonna try and then don't put forth any effort whatsoever. And then how long should someone put forth effort? How long do you give someone with their trauma to heal? And that's
Yeah,
what love is, man. I ain't gonna lie. Love is not, love ain't what people be thinking it is. It ain't no damn Disney film, right?
I agree.
Love is really more so like, what can you take? Like, how much of your bullshit am I willing to take, right? So if somebody taking a lot of your bullshit, man, they love you, bro. You better get it right quick.
What's up, Harry SBR?
Hi, how are you?
I've been chilling. How you been? Been alright?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just up early as hell. Can't go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm up working and stuff like that. You know how I do. I've been missing for a minute. I'll
True,
go
bro. I
missing
feel like
again.
my bad, my bad.
Now, all good. Now, what we've been talking about, basically collateral damage. If you don't understand the title, it's damage. You know what I mean? Like dealing with somebody else's trauma and they end up breaking you the hell down. What do you do? Because some people will try to play that guilt trip shit on you. You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
And at this point in time, when they do that, that is uh, manipulation. It's manipulation.
Yo,
I guess you
yeah.
gotta call it
Come
how I
on,
see
yeah.
it. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
yeah.
It's
Everybody
manipulation,
got
bro.
it.
At one point.
Everybody got it though. Everybody got something with
Yeah,
them.
but more than the other. Like, why would you? You know what
Nah,
I'm
nah,
saying?
you
Like,
can't even, you can't even do that because, like, when you
it's
do
more.
that,
What
then
do you mean? It is more than the
you
other.
saying now that, what happened to me is worse than what happened to you. Man, you might deal with it better. You might have lived with it better, right? You might be stronger than that person mentally, physically. Might be able to get up and go to work. Some people, if they girl don't call them last night, they might not go to work tomorrow.
But that's
Like
well,
that's what I'm
then
saying.
that
Like
that
some
person need to work
people
on
is
themselves.
mentally not built
I
like
was
that.
like that. I was like that at one point. I had to get stronger.
Exactly. But so now you can't sit up here and say, yo, hold on, man. All of that trauma you got, I didn't build myself up. I ain't really trying to deal with no.
Well,
That means you
that
don't
all
really want to
depends on
help nobody. So if you
that
can't
all
help
depends on
nobody,
the age too,
why you
though.
think you
That's
deserve
all.
anybody? If
The
you
age
can't
out
help
here.
somebody, why you think you deserve anybody?
No, well, that all depends on how old that person is too, bro. Like, come on, man. You gotta give and take here. You know what I'm saying? That depends on the age group of that person. If you're young, and she's wait, like a little younger than me, probably like 7 years younger than me. I can see myself trying to walk you through it. But if you're older than me or the same age as myself, then I see that as a problem because you should already got a grasp of life and know how to
Nah,
navigate
that's
through
not.
some
No,
sort of a
that don't
way.
even make
Well,
sense.
this is my opinion.
I'm just stating mine. That doesn't make sense because
Well,
yeah. Go ahead, Harry.
I can
Well,
see
Devin, how?
that. I mean, I would see that because I wish that in some of my relationships that I got in grace from older men, like being early 20 something, dating 30-year-olds, or being even the relationship I just got out of. The dude, like, he 33, I'm 27, and he's talking about I'm not a mature woman because of how deep my feelings go for him based off of our interactions. And I'm like, well, I'm not a slut like you, sir. Like, you're a hoe.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
what you do with me means something to me. I'm not like you. And he really just didn't give me a lot of grace in terms, my feelings and my emotions. And I just don't understand, why would you consistently date women out there mid to late 20s if you just
Not
so
gonna help them out,
heartless.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So it's the truth. It's truth in that.
I
Hey,
think
Aisha.
we all got some truth in everything we saying because this is a very dynamic conversation too.
So I mean, like, just like she's saying, yeah, I've been off a little bit too. I'm gonna get off some more. I'm glad you're healing. Like I was saying, bro. If I was dealing with a situation like her, then I can understand. But I can't just bro. Like, if I can recognize it, Jake can recognize this as well. Like, just don't open up another door before you close it. You know what I mean? Like, oh
That
man,
part, that part. That's what we not talking about. Like what okay, you got this trauma and your last relationship was destroyed by it, right? Why
right?
would you go jump into someone else's life to deliver that same shit and you ain't healed yet?
Exactly.
That part.
Exactly.
Okay, I
So now,
get you
so
now.
so
Now I
me trying to
get
help
you.
you
Now I
out,
get you.
me me trying to help you out at this point is doing more damage to
Yeah,
myself.
because you about
And I and
to
and at this point, I am supposed to be selfish for
have
myself.
to.
I am supposed to be
Have
selfish.
to. But that means don't indulge then. Like don't start what you ain't willing to finish.
What the hell is that? Is that me?
What?
Oh, I just heard something repeating, some shit like that.
Jay, I need damn. How long you want your replays on for real? Cause I need some real advice.
If I'm what?
Do you
Say it
want
again.
your replays on for real? I'm not asking you to turn your replays off. I'm just asking if you purposely turned them on because I want to say something up here. I need some advice.
Well, you should learn how to try to like put in like third person because I do want it on. Because I go back and I listen.
Oh shit.
Try to put in like third person or something like
Kind of
that.
too late for
You know what I
that.
Okay,
mean?
so
Too
my
late for
homegirl
that.
been
Yeah.
celibate for like 7 months, and she's doing really good. Like, she's trying to go to grad school. She makes good money, and she got her together. Like, she a veteran, everything, but she's slowly falling in love with this man from down the street. See, my homegirl, she from the hood, and socially she's adjusted to hood niggas in general, and she's struggling because she's been celibate for like 7 months. She's falling in love with this dude. He just around, just there, just good vibes, good energy, and she's scared because, like, it's nothing. But should she go ahead and don't stop, pop it, don't stop, or because she don't want to start nothing she ain't finna finish, because she definitely not finna finish.
I don't know. I can't say what's part
Mm,
of what is a part of somebody else's healing process, but I wouldn't involve anyone else either, especially somebody from the hood. Not saying they dangerous, but they love more than what y'all think how they love. You
facts.
know what I
Because they
mean?
ain't got too much
So
to
like,
yeah, that's facts.
right. You know what I mean? So it's like that. That's kind of you can end up damaging that person to the point that where they start repeating a vicious cycle of hurting others and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I
I
gotta be
wouldn't.
careful with this. Yeah, she gotta be careful with that thing. That
Well,
thing,
well, too, it's nothing wrong with indulging as long as you honest from the jump.
Honest.
Honesty is like I think that's the main thing with this, because trauma, everybody has some, right? A lot of so you know, somebody from the hood, right, definitely has more trauma than somebody who's not, right? And maybe
Right.
so, you know, like let's not just put it on the demographic, right? Because people can have
She's
trauma
talking. Well,
anywhere. But what I'm
we only
saying
could
is,
put on a demographic, 'cause that's what she's
well,
bringing
I'm
up. So
just
that's
saying, like,
got to stay
because
in
some people in the
context.
hood don't indulge in hood activity and don't,
Right.
and their
Okay.
parents is actually raising them to be good. Like, you know,
I get it.
when yeah, like the mom say he wasn't raised like that. I don't know why he wasn't raised like that, right? But he ain't have his father. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is this is like, as long as you honest with them, I mean, yo, like nobody has any quarrel. You feel me? You was honest. But that's the thing. People,
Yeah,
it's hard to be honest
bro,
though.
even if you're honest, sometimes on your own behalf, before it gets started, you got to be responsible for two parties. It's like, okay, like example, I'm a truck driver, right? So when I'm on a road, I'm driving for others, even though they know how to drive. I'm driving for others. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you know it's not smart to deal with someone, and you know that you have a certain effect on people to where they just like gravitate towards your being, you got to stay like, listen, is it worth it at this point? That's taking responsibility and being accountable for what you're about to start. Because now, like I said, you get to the point where you're enjoying yourself, they're enjoying themselves when you're together, but when you're apart, you're going through some shit. So then that will end up leaking, seeking into the new relationship that you're building. Even if you're being honest or not, that other person still will be falling in love.
Yo, have you ever experienced like or like saw someone else's situation, right? Where they got with a woman or a woman got with a man and that man or that woman made that person better? Like, yo, I was so glad that I met my wife. I was so
Hmm.
glad. She said, I was so glad that I met my husband because when I met him, he just understood me. It was very different than when I was with anyone else. And it's like, bro, the windows of heaven is through the eyes of others, bro. Some people really see you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get
And
it.
some people close their eyes and they don't want to see you no more. The honesty
Get
is
that.
really
Everything that
strict.
you're saying, I promise you, I get it. But what is the
The
probability?
probability, yo, bro, the probability in life is non-existent. You because
Mm, mm.
anything can happen in life. Bro, I could wake up tomorrow and have a well, yeah, I could wake up tomorrow and choose something from my catalog that hits Netflix and I'm rich now. Oh shit. You
Listen,
know,
well,
like and two,
yeah,
and, yo, it's just like anything, yo, you a truck driver, bro. You could wake up, yo. You could wake up
yeah.
tomorrow
God forbid, God
and
forbid, God forbid,
yeah,
God forbid.
I mean, it's just like, yo, I believe
But isn't that even
anything
a
can
more of a
happen.
even that it isn't that even a more of a reason to basically be careful and tread lightly and don't put yourself in certain situations. Like,
Yes, I would agree. Yes,
ladies, y'all can talk, ladies, y'all can talk.
there's no great reward without great risk as well. So,
But
man,
how much of a risk do you have to take
you gotta
every
be
single
willing. You
time?
gotta
Like
be
that's
willing to risk it
kind of
all
crazy.
to get
What?
it all.
Oh no,
And,
that's
all
not how
right,
it
well
works.
then, yeah, well then,
That sounds like a good.
don't risk
That sounds
anything
like a
and play
good
life safe.
love
Yo,
story.
play life safe forever. I ain't gonna lie, play life safe forever,
Wait.
right?
That sounds like
And
a
then
good love
it
story
sounds
on
like
TV,
boredom.
you know. But bro, you gotta. It's you're not only being. Listen, okay, you do that right, and you deal with someone that loves so hard, it could be a tragic death. Any of those things. You always got to tread. You always got to walk a different type of way, bro. Like you just can't just jump out there and feel as though, well, if we know he was a psycho, and she knew she was a psycho. Why did she deal with me? Well, I thought she was gonna make me a
Nah,
better
I ain't
person,
saying that. I'm
and
saying
then
be logical too, dog. Come on, man. But I'm saying in life, the great yo, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, see, look, man, I love to hear a great story of a marriage that's been like 25 years, and they was like, yo, we was gonna break up like, like 15, 17 years ago, but we stuck to it. We out the
stuck
mud
to it.
together, like, and look, and now they are successful moguls and shit. I love to hear those stories because guess what, man? The creation of those stories are not happening now, is what I feel like. And I feel like we really getting away from that. And I feel like people don't believe in each other anymore. And they're playing it so damn safe to the point where everybody's just having a one night stand.
Mm, playing it too safe, too safe.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Listen, man.
too.
How
safe.
many years? How
Too
many? If
safe
you
is
meet a
the
woman that
word
you like
that is
tonight,
getting me.
okay.
Hmm.
If you meet a woman that you like tonight, how many years are you thinking about putting into her if it's love at first sight? I ain't mean to make that rhyme, but go ahead.
No, that's not how I move. I go with the flow. I try to learn as much as I can about you. I try to give as much as I can to you. I lay down my laws, give me yours, set boundaries, and if you continuously cross that boundary, it's gonna be short. But if you respect that boundary, it's gonna progress. So I can't give years on it. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's kind of like a question I can.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
one
but
of
I'm saying risk it, risk it
maybe
right
one of.
now,
Hold
risk
on,
it,
hold on,
bro, risk
hold
it.
on. Risk it.
I'm
Take a
saying
risk. Give him a
be risky
chance.
right now in the conversation hypothetically. Like, what is that woman that's making you think, damn, I could see me with her? Yo, and look, and then you gonna find all these things out too. A woman supposed to get on your program, brother. You feel me? So if she get on your program better be tight. You
Yeah.
better not be coming up short. As long as your program tight, I don't see what the I'm saying. Have you ever met any woman and you thought like that and you made that move and took that risk? Have you ever, man, I've done that.
Well, I've done it. I'm not too young, so I've done it.
I can hear where
And
both of y'all are coming from. That
let
makes
me see.
y'all true.
I'm
I
not
gotta
talking
plug
about
my
no
phone.
ducks neither. I'm not talking about I'm not, man, I always aim high and I'm short.
Hold on.
So you know
So
what that
I can't.
means.
I I can't really. So Aya, can you say what you're saying in the chat on stage real quick?
Yeah,
You don't mind?
sorry if I'm a little low. So what I was saying is that if you're in a place, like a lot of us like have to be honest with ourselves, and like sometimes all we want is toxicity. Like everyone loves a bit of toxicity, but we have to be honest with ourselves when we
Yes.
want that. And there's no shame, right? You date some people simply because he's the bad boy, or like she's someone that like is hard to get, right? It's like a game. It's like, it's gonna fill your ego, but we have to be honest with ourselves when you want toxicity in your life. You're like, I want to be mistreated a little bit, like, but you also have to be honest. Like, that's what you want right now. And there's no shame in that. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you want to date just to, like, have fun and, like, that's it. But you can't take it, like, to a real honest relationship. If it turns to that, cool. But we also have to have no shame with what you want and need at whatever time that you're in. Thanks, hey.
I love that. I love that sentiment.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was nice.
That's
That was
I
good.
true.
love that.
That was
That's
good.
true. But I believe that my reservations lean more towards what my dog is chasing on me. Delos. Stop! Move! Move! Get away from that possum. Princess, move.
Nah, for real.
I like
I
that,
like
Aya.
that, bro. Right? Cause like, and two,
Mm-hmm.
hold on, but this is, you know what I want to say to her? I can't stand the woman. Or, all right, I'm not. Let's not do that, right? But like, this is where I'm coming from with it. That's my angle.
Yeah. Let's. We know.
Can't stand. No,
I
hold
know
on.
you're not trying to get.
I can't stand when the
You're not trying to
woman
take
she
it there.
is
I
better.
get it.
Hold on. I'm not. It's not a gender war, and I've stated that. I'm just. This
I
is
know.
my angle. I can't stand when the woman she's now and she chose to be with this person through her 20s, right? Now she gets to her 30s and she's like, damn, I didn't get to live my 20s. You know
Woo!
what?
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna live my 30s like it's my 20s, and you know what, nigga? Fuck you, right? And like
Yes.
I can't stand that because it's like, yo, hold on, but you can't live your 30s like your 20s unless I mean, I guess you can. I guess
No,
you
you
could
can't. It's
try.
over. It's over. It's over. Now you going backwards, and now Hinder, you're going backwards, and now at this point, this person love you so much that
Oh
they're gonna
my
sit there
god,
and deal with it, and
yes.
now you're tearing them down
Bro,
too.
you are
Yes, I
just
get it.
she's destroying the fuck out of this man, especially when he like, yo, over invested. Like, cause you think you had a good girl. You think you was my angel, baby. What happened?
Use my angel, baby. Yeah, I get it. Cheyenne, you don't have to stay down there by yourself. You can come up if you want to.
Hey yo, this shit too real. I don't know, man. This topic is heavy, kid.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I like to talk about real stuff, and the gender war thing. Those days
Yeah, that
are
shit
over. I
is
know y'all
dead.
know
I don't
people are
like
having
that
those type of
shit.
rooms and stuff like that. Yeah, I know, and I try to kill it so it won't go to that.
Yeah.
But
But
Some
it's
people will
usually our
take
women who
hold
choose.
hold on. Well, we're not going to do that either. Some people will take other experiences and then say, "Well, men do this too." We're not talking about that. We're talking about our
Right.
individual experiences. You know what I'm saying? And that's where things get sensitive. So you can talk about yours.
Yeah,
I can
so
talk
if
about
I ever
mine, but we
say
don't have to
my
make it a
shit, if
gender
I ever
war.
say something, it's coming from my perspective and what I've perceived without me having to center myself. And, you
So
know what I'm
right.
saying? Just not too much.
I get it. I'm not. But you gotta be amongst
And I
mature
did, I
adults to
did
have certain
state that. I
conversations.
stated it. I was like, and that's my angle, but I'm not like, it's no gender war shit. I'm not with that, right? I'm love, peace, happiness. Let's laugh a little bit. I might crack a joke when y'all being serious because it's too serious. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
I know
like,
who you are, Devin. I know
yeah,
who you
man,
are.
it's just, but it's serious these days. I think too, man, a lot of this shit is stemming from social media.
Oh yeah.
Social
Well, you know what?
media.
I had time to sit down and think about this, bro. And social media is a part of someone's life. It's someone's reality. You know what I mean? But people like to throw extra shit on top of that. But it's just we can't just say it's social media. It is real life, whether you know it or not. Now, certain
Nah,
talking
brother.
points,
Nah. Let me tell you why.
certain talk. Hold on, brother. Certain
Okay.
talking points is like, bro, like you don't have to regurgitate that. Like you got your whole explanation for someone else.
Thank
And I
you.
get that's where the come from the social
Thank
media
you.
thing. Yes, I get that
You
part.
can't. It's like we're not thinking for ourselves. We're thinking based on
Right,
our algorithm, based on what they
right.
saw us like yesterday. Man, I don't like that today. But now
Hmm.
I'm spewing that to my shorty. I'm spewing that to my homeboys. She's spewing that to her husband. Like, hold on, where the fuck that came from? That
Where
ain't
did
the
that
woman
come
I
from?
met.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ain't got. I mean, like, yeah. Some people are not strong enough to just like live their own reality. They got to take someone else's experience as if they lived it. That's
Well,
wrong. You're supposed to learn from their experience so you don't go down that same road. Some people don't know how to
right.
navigate.
Yo, chew the fish, spit the bone out. Pause. This is what I'm saying is that everything
Why
ain't
are we
for
pausing? We
everybody.
grown, man. What the hell?
Everything ain't for everybody. You understand what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And some things are for some people, for somebody, right? So it's like if I want someone who knows how to intellectually like attack a problem. Like I'm talking about logically, like periods. Like, we could think about this, talk about this, and if we can't, I heard the therapy thing earlier, but bro, if we can't talk and we need therapy, it's like, damn, I don't think, yeah, this ain't it.
I agree. I agree. If you can't properly communicate, well, what is therapy going to do for you? You got to remember, while you're going to therapy with someone, you're still learning. And if you don't know how to effectively execute those certain things, I don't want to go too much to that, then you're going to get lost while you're learning. You get what I'm trying to say? That's why you have to sometimes break
Yeah,
away
it becomes
and try
social
to do what
media.
you can. Right?
It becomes
You
social
break
media
away and
all
you go
over
through what you
again.
go through.
It becomes social
It does.
media all over again, bro. It becomes peer-reviewed science, social media, education. Like, bro, like when I'm running my household, first of all, I'm the man. It's my program, and you, my woman, you with my program, right? If you see any
Right.
holes in my program, speak up. Let's talk about that. Okay, boom. See, a lot of women, a lot of men these days, I feel like we too separate. We too separate, and this is due to the fact of the social media, bro. Really look into it.
I was sitting. I'm telling Cheyenne. She said she's in the bed. She don't want to wake up for now. Whatever you want. If you want, if there's certain things that you hear that you want to speak on and stuff like that or elaborate, you can just put it in a text and we'll do our best to accommodate you. If that's on you. I know, bro. So it's like turn off your TVs, turn off your computers, your handheld devices, and really deal with life. You know what I mean?
Fact, facts.
Because everybody is taking someone else's reality that they experience and try to make it their reality. And it just don't fit. You didn't even grow up in a certain situation where you have to take someone else's trauma
Right.
and try to add it to
Right.
yours. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, man.
I agree.
Yeah, we could go through the same situation. We gonna come out on different sides of that thing. You know what I'm saying?
True,
I'm not
indeed.
you. You not me. You ain't been through what I've been through. I ain't been what you've been through. Right? I'm not even gonna approach it how you would. So it's just great
Hmm.
to learn your person, and that's why I'm a forever person, man. Because I'm really
Bro,
dedicated to learning my person.
I hear that all the time. Learn your person, but if you don't know yourself, haven't learned who you are, how can you do that?
Man,
How do you even
hold
know?
on. If you don't know yourself, If you don't know yourself, I ain't gonna lie, this is deep. Damn, that's heavy. Yo, I was just looking at some Facebook DMs between my dog was looking at some Facebook DMs between his right, and I was and you know he's like, damn man, you said that to her.